There's one particular store that we have looked at several times before in the past. They have periods as to when crime kind of starts up at that location. It has had a few murders at the store, then crime goes away.
Sergeant Santel Smith from the Bibb County Sheriff's Office sat down with Project Macon 2 months ago, explaining his crime analysis of a Houston Avenue convenience store, then sharing that an East Macon store is starting to get the same attention from law enforcement.
It has peeked back up onto our radar, and we've given to our administration to address it accordingly.
After a recent 4th homicide in just 2 years, Project Macon believes that store is the Quick Serve on Emory Highway.
It's an unfortunate situation for the business owners. However, we as public officials, as elected officials, we have to do something about this.
WGXA has extensively covered the East Macon store, from an illegal gambling bust to the hundreds of 911 calls made for fights, stabbings, and shootings, even a wrongful death lawsuit for a murder inside the store's walls. The Quick Serve seemingly joining the list of other convenience stores across Macon that have been the setting for similar situations, like the now demolished Friends Food Mart and Montpelier's M&M Grocery, which is facing a permanent closure. Those stores' owners were taken to court by the county, sued for being a public nuisance. But Commissioner Elaine says, at least in this case, the problem isn't just the store itself.
I don't think that we can say that businesses are totally to blame. I think that things just happen and someone else is deciding where they're going to go and do their crimes.
She believes with so many instances of crime happening at neighborhood stores, it's time for neighbors to start doing the work alongside law enforcement and elected officials.
A number of our especially younger folks have developed this attitude, this culture that a person's life doesn't mean anything, that you go after this person and you take them out. That's the first thing that you do, and we've got to change that.
The Quick Serve isn't in the district Commissioner Lucas currently serves, but it will be after the 2024 election. Since she's reached her term limit, a new commissioner will lead the area. Districts aside, though, the issue of violence at corner stores and convenience stores is becoming one that has no boundaries.
My own husband had to duck down in a parking lot at one of the stores one day because two rival groups came up and started shooting at each other. And so that is happening too often.
Lucas says until there's a shift in culture, Macon's community will suffer. Innocent lives may be lost, and businesses like the Quick Serve will continue to reap the consequences.
You can't have folks killed every week or every month or every 6 months at the same location. So there's some action that has to be taken. And I think we all have to put our heads together and come up with some strategies to help these businesses short of closing them down.
Reporting for Project Macon, Brittany Miller, WGXA News.